know. What do you think I'm gonna say?
Probably alleged me about Mandem Records.
What's going on?
So
Where you at?
I'll go. I can't lie, I feel disrespected from Batar. I'll be real, bro.
Why?
He hard out Fixer, and already had made his mind up by the time he was speaking to me. You know, like he didn't. His whole point was talking about other times, other instances, because every point he made, I proved on it wrong and had reasoning. Fixer's whole thing is he feels disrespected in the building yesterday. I walked into that building and the first thing he said to me is the reason he was crying is because you were alive. Like, I understand he meant like, oh, he's not the boss, but like, you understand how that can be triggering, and like, I ain't gonna sit there and be like, what am I hearing? So I tried to lift the mood. Nunu hooed him. We called him McFixer as a joke, banter. Like, bro, if you can't take banter, if you think me calling you a McDonald's meal isn't banter, you have no personality. I'll be real. He took that in the wrong way and made a comment, I'ma shoot him in a minute. And like, okay, I can't listen to this beeping car alarm. Can I get rid of it quick? Wait, where was I at?
You said that you felt disrespected because Patar didn't hear your side out, and that he just went with what MC Fixer said.
Yeah, basically.
And that he should back you because you're his gang on that.
Yeah, like, the thing is, Fixer was in the wrong. I don't think... Fair enough, if you think...
What is it that you deem him in the wrong for? Like saying he would shoot you, yeah?
So I called him McFixer. That's banter, bro. If you don't see that as banter, it's like... I'm gonna be real, like, our sense of humor is not on the same page. And I just won't speak to you in the future if you have an issue with that. But his retaliation from that was, I'ma shoot him in a minute. You know, like... And this is another quote he said to Denzel in that conversation when I was in the boot. He said, Mandem Records should be an extension of the Mandem block. So if you view Mandem Records as an extension of the block, you're basically telling me you're threatening to shoot me on my own block. I ain't gonna sit there and be a victim, you know?
But this is the thing, right? I don't disagree with him saying he's gonna shoot you. Yeah, it's too far. But what you've got to say is, this is your principle you always follow. I'm not trying to be a victim. But what you're not understanding is you follow this principle, but you don't think about anyone else with that. You're walking into his company with Nunu, doing some twinkle twinkle little star, which, okay, maybe it's funny, whatever. Coming across as disrespectful to him, calling him names that, okay, yeah, maybe the banter is banter to you, but what you don't understand is he is now in that scenario where he is being victimized and trying not to look like a victim, which is what you live and die by. So you can't run by that principle and then expect to be able to make other people look like a victim and not do shit about it.
The thing is, yeah, like, he was the one that got rude to me, so I got rude back. I don't care, though. That's the difference between me and him. He's the one that has an issue with neither of us looking like a victim. We both stood our ground. But the difference is I don't care. You know?
I don't think you get it, though. I don't think you get it. You say this about the Mandem block, right? It's different. It's not. It's a business. The place of business, right? He is the highest ranking person in that business at that time, regardless of how it started. It's not a good look in front of his employees when the people come in and they constantly shit on him or take the piss or whatever. Even if he's like giving it back for a bit, he has to uphold a certain level because he is in charge of that place.
But the thing is, like he said this to Denzel. He enjoys the banter sometimes. He doesn't enjoy the banter sometimes. But it's like, how can I know if he's picking and choosing when he enjoys it, you know? And if that's the case,
yeah,
bro,
and that's not
I just
a
won't show.
problem.
I
if he
won't
does
show
that,
a face in the building. You know?
Well, no, you shouldn't, because realistically, from what I'm hearing, you just pulled up with Nunu just on some bullshit. Anyway, like, this the thing is, for you, it's a yeah, no, I know, but Ved's in the same boat. For Ved, it's fucking Tinder, and for you, it's just a crease. At the end of the day, for them, man, that's their job. That's what they do in the city. That's the company they're running. You're pulling up in there, and you're doing shit that for you is funny for 15 minutes, and then when you walk out of that door, you're not thinking about it no more. But what you don't realize is when you leave the building, they've then got an hour and a half of shit they got to deal with.
The
You're not
difference
thinking
is,
past
bro,
just your perspective.
I
what
called him a
what your effect
McDonald's
has
meal
on
though.
people.
Like, bro,
Yeah, I know, but you're too focused on that. You're hyper fixated on the small part that's just some bullshit to try and discredit the rest of the argument. Yeah, okay, you called him a McDonald's meal. Is that fucking stupid? And has he taken that to heart? Yes, he has, but that's not the point. The point is the disrespect that he's met with in his place of work.
well, yeah, I think that comes down to a maturity point of view. I'll be real. Like, Ved stabbed the guy, and he
yes,
seems
I
over
know,
that
and
already.
Ved's gonna get a fucking bollocking. But I mean, both of you ain't got access to the building no more already. Like, this is the issue, bro. It's with you with these conversations is you don't listen no more. Everything I present to you or anyone presents to you, you search for an answer or a reason to dismantle what they're trying to tell you. You don't listen and understand. You just try to hit a counterpoint.
I agree with that, but like the thing is, though, I have listened and I'm taking action on it.
Did you apologize to Fixer?
No, we left on disagreeing terms.
Yeah, so therefore you've got to understand, at the end of the day, if you don't think you did anything wrong, if you upset me, right? Say you say something to me and I'm upset. I'm telling you I am upset, but you think I didn't do anything to upset you. I am the one who determines whether I am upset. So if I'm telling you I'm upset, I'm upset. Doesn't matter if you think what you did was wrong. You have still upset that person.
But
I'm
still
doing
doing
a
it
lot
about
for
it.
Mandem Records.
I'm just not gonna turn up. I'm not gonna speak to the guy. We're not on the same page. We just go separate ways. It's that simple.
Yeah, okay, don't do that. Don't do that then. That's calm. Do what you're gonna do. But at the end of the day, Mandem is a family. We are a gang. I see Fixer as part of my family because he helps run a part of something that I am very invested in. So he deserves to be respected in that lane. Yeah, he's not on the street. He's not doing no mad shit gangster-wise, but you still got to respect him.
I agree with that.
If you want respect, give respect.
That's the thing, though. Me and him took the respect thing of calling McFixer in two different ways. He took that comment that was joking and banter to being serious, and then he makes a very serious comment that disrespected me. So I'm gonna reciprocate that and say what I said.
You said that you would make sure he wouldn't come back into the building again.
And that I still by that. I stand by that.
Well, realistically, you can't stand by that because you have zero authority in that company.
So are you telling me if you shot me, you wouldn't back me?
I would back you, but not on a business level.
So
I would back you on a gang level. You have absolutely, you are not part of that company. You have zero say in employment of anyone in that company.
And that's the thing, though. Exactly, I'm completely the gang side of things. But if anyone shoots me, I will shoot them back repeatedly.
Yes, understood. Of course.
And I would expect the whole gang to back me.
On a gang level, everyone would back you. But this is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about a gang level. We're talking about the business level. And it's not just this one instance that MC Fix is talking about. It's repeat stuff. You can go and shoot him in the face for threatening to shoot you, but you can't walk in there and wave about, I'll get you fired. Because you sound like that kid on Xbox that said his dad works at Microsoft. When realistically, you can't fucking do shit. You literally can't do shit. You can't fire him. You can't even take his keys.
Though, but like he still believed it. That's the thing. He knows it. He knows he wouldn't be working at that business if he shot Mandem members.
Yes, yeah, he does know that. He probably does know that. But that doesn't mean you can just go in there and try and big dick him in front of everyone.
I didn't know. He tried to do it to me, and I did it back.
That sentence is the biggest big dick you could try and play. Is I will get you fired.
That's like not what I said.
My dad owns this company. You're getting fired. That's not what you said verbatim, but that is essentially what you implied with that statement.
What does verbatim mean?
It's along the lines of what you said, but phrased differently.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know he might have built up to it and shit like that, but like it's not even just how Fixer feels at that point, right? Because we got to bear in mind the other people there, the artists, right?
They're seeing
someone. Okay, but just in general, the story gets told to artists, whatever. Okay, this is the thing. If they hear this guy that we've never seen before, never comes in and does shit, is threatening to fire our boss over a disagreement.
I'm not threatening to fire him, though. I'm saying if he shot me, he wouldn't step in the building again, which isn't a false statement, bro. We're not gonna have Mandem Records artists shooting Mandem. It's logic.
I know, but this is the thing. You're so fixated on being a higher being than them, but they are helping us.
No, that's not it, though.
It is, though. It is, because you're saying, like, why would I let a Mandem Records artist step to me? Like, it's...
No, I'm proving a point. He's a civilian, bro.
Yes, he is, but that doesn't make you a gangster when you're threatening civilians.
I'm not threatening him.
And I know he's threatening.
I'm not backing down. It's
you first.
Completely different.
I know you're not backing down, but what I'm saying is you're going into a vein of people we fuck with, right? And doing shit like that. It's like you're essentially shooting yourself in the foot.
No, I agree, bro. I agree it was dealt with wrong, and I agree I could have dealt with it better. But, like, I had reasoning behind everything I said and did.
I get the shooting thing. I get he shouldn't have said he would shoot you. That's clear. That's obvious. Like, he's not in a position to say that because he isn't going to back those words anyway. And realistically, you are on the streets. He isn't. You should know him saying that he's not going to do shit. You know that before you verbalize that to him. You knew in your head he's not going to shoot you.
But that's exactly why I didn't shoot him.
Because he'd been made to look a fool in front of his employees.
Yeah, but that's the exact reason I didn't shoot him, and all I did was make a comment. You know, like,
yeah,
bro.
No, I understand, but that comment has also encouraged him to walk out of the business.
But he's not walking out of that business, bro. No, like, I'm gonna be honest, it's complete bluff.
We've had this conversation so many times with so many different people.
Please, thank you for the prime PC, bro. I think
go into Mandem Records with a fucking vest on, listening to Pimp by 50 Cent, thinking it's some gangster shit, because it's just a company. It's like going to Greg's and trying to be a fucking gangster in Greg's, bro. They're not about the streets, bro. It's not the same shit. It's a company, bro.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't expect to walk into a company owned by my gang and threaten to be shot.
Yeah, but that's where you're wrong. It's not owned by your gang. Tommy T owns that company. It says MDM Records on the front of it, but Mandem have fuck all to do with that company.
Yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say, though? I don't expect to walk into that company and be threatened to be shot.
No, you don't expect to be threatened to be shot anywhere.
Yeah, but that of all places.
But you also don't expect people to come into your place of business. It literally goes both ways. You don't expect people to come into your business as a COO and get clowned on in front of your employees.
Yeah, that's understandable.
If you want to look at it in a gang way, view Mandem Records as a gang, right? Fixer is near enough the leader of that gang, and he has been disrespected in front of his gang members. Therefore, he has to do something to show that he is not a bad leader. You can, if you want to view it in a gang way, look at it like that. But it's just like that without him actually being from the streets.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to if you see what I said as disrespectful or not. Because I came from just trying to have a laugh to him being dead serious and taking it in getting clowned on.
I know, and I know that would be the case because I know what Fixer can be like, and I understand that. But you just need to, if it's a civilian issue, deal with it in a civilian way.
And that's why I didn't shoot him. And that's why I said to Ved, like, you took it too far when you stabbed him.
Yeah, he did take it too far, and he did worse than what you did because he went and acted on it for being a dumb fuck. But it just doesn't need to be, the level, there just needs to be respect there. And it's not even just Mandem Records. And I'm not trying to be the guy that's being like sitting here whining at you because you know how I am. I don't really give a fuck. But it's just that there is a lack of respect in general. Like, I joke about the whole strike thing with my car, but realistically, you got my car impounded, you got a shit ton of strikes, even if the second time I was involved, fair enough. And then you favor getting your car out over mine. I see you whipping Lion's car about instead of yours. You don't.
No, you're right for that. You're right for that.
You don't respect other, like, your repercussions to others. You don't think about it.
Yeah, no, you're right for that. Yo, Jake, thank you for
I don't want you to be like that at the moment because I know you're not like that because you haven't been like that before. That's a recent thing. That's why I want to. That's why I talk to you because that's not who you are. You're not the guy that is like, bro. Think about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, in the build up to you getting your chain, right? Think about how much you was doing for everyone and how like you was respectful to everyone, and now it seems like you're just not thinking about anyone other than yourself.
Yeah, you're right for that. The whole car situation is a good example. You know?
That's all it is, bro. It doesn't need to be any more than just make sure you're thinking about how what you do affects other people in the gang and people that we care for, such as Mandem Records
That
people.
character
Even if
growth,
Fixer
we
was
might have
being
to.
sensitive, just think about how what you doing affects other people. That's all it needs to be.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't. It still hurts that Patai didn't hear me out. I'm gonna be real.
No, I get that. I get that. But I think it's like you've also got to see Patar's angle. He's had so many conversations with you where he doesn't feel heard out. Because even if you disagree with what someone's saying, sometimes listening and letting them feel like their point's been heard rather than instantly hitting them with a comeback is what you've got to do to maintain a good level of communication.
Hmm.
Like Patar feels like talking to you is like talking to a brick wall because everything he says, you just disagree and give him like a comeback. Even if you disagree, let him feel heard, bro.
Shut up,
Like that
Matt.
is at the
Shut
end
up,
of the day,
Matt.
the highest ranking person in the Mandem other than T.
Yeah. At the same time, though, when I like is second in command, bro, I feel like you should still hear me out.
Yeah, he should. And yeah, maybe he can do better at that. And that's something we can speak to him about. But like you have to, if you want him to hear you out, you've got to do what it takes to allow him to feel like he's been heard out.
Hmm. Yeah.
But also, this life ain't fair. And if he doesn't want to hear you out, he has every right not to. That is the other thing that you have to accept. If T didn't want to hear you out and said, nope, I don't care about your side of the story, this is what's happening, that's how it would go.
True.
So you're lucky that Patar actually is someone that will try and hear you out. You just got to make sure you try to hear him out, or at least make it seem like you're hearing him out. Then you can have a proper conversation.
No, I think you're right about the whole brick wall thing. I think that's why he gets so frustrated and doesn't hear me out, because he feels like I'm not listening to him.
Yeah, it's just how you communicate with different. Everyone's different, bro. Like there's certain things that you do to someone that will just make them completely close off and not want them to listen no more.
Yeah, that kind of happened with Fixer.
Yeah, you just gotta learn how to like you know Patar well enough. You just need to entertain the conversation more, because you'll come out of it with a better resolution if you both feel like you've been listened to.
I'm gonna try that. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that going forward.
All right. I know you ain't doing it deliberately. I know you. I know you ain't like that. But I just don't want you to fucking get to the point where you're burning people's perception of you in the gang because the respect issue.
I still stand by the McFix joke. It's pretty funny.